Welcome to Thorndeep's While Waiting on Pantheon stream, the roleplay edition. This stream is designed to build community around Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, a game, an MMORPG currently in development by Visionary Realms. And tonight I will be playing for the first time Disco Elysium. I invite any viewers to influence the decisions. I've heard this game has some moral decisions to be made, and so I'm very curious to see where our journey will lead us tonight. I'm going to start out with basic character creation and then just dive into the game from there. So let's see what happens. We are going to create our own I'm going to start out with just an average person. So I have no idea what direction I want to go, what's going to happen, where the story's going to take us. We have a bunch of different skills to choose from. Encyclopedia, intellect, drama, conceptualization, visual calculus, volition, under the psyche, inland empire, hunches and gut feelings, empathy, intimidate the public, connect to the station 41, understand cops culture, suggestion, under physique, endurance, pain threshold, physical instrument, electrochemistry, shivers, half-light, and motorics, hand-eye coordination, perception, reaction speed, savoir-faire, interfacing, and composure. I think I'm going to go with perception. We'll see, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Set that as our signature skill. We'll confirm. See what happens. Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful, full of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Plunging back into the fathomless deep certainly sounds appealing. No, I want to know about the X something.
X-love, X-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of a magic zone.
No. I want to get off now. I like the pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Oh, my head hurts.
And apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Wait, did I do this to myself?
Yes, your one disco mother.
Tell me, what's waiting for me?
There's this giant ball there. An evil ape. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
Oh,
Infinitesimally small.
how big is
Can't
the
even make
ball?
out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out, I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
That's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
So I drink all that? I would need this. What's this? Disco ass blazer.
This fan has two chamber switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
I'm not sure I want to put that on.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off.
My pants, maybe.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Baseball, maybe?
Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Why did I throw my shoe out the window?
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
Yes, I should get the shoe. Oh, get a hold of yourself.
Cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
One shoe. A horrific necktie. Laser. Okay. First to ask, find my shoe. Oh, my head hurts.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
This. My shirt.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in, has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Why did I do this to myself?
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
I don't care. Oh! Oh, man.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
No.
Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore.
No.
You've rolled that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Check yourself for a pulse, because from here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive, for now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Oh no, I didn't mean to hit the mirror again. See if I can find my shoe. Oh. How do I get out on the balcony? I'm not in the mood to talk to anyone right now. What's this? Anyone watching? No. Doesn't belong to anybody. Oh, maybe this is the way out. Feel so well.
they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Why did I wear these?
Like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Oh, alright. I feel pretty good. Yet. Wish I could find that aspirin. March 51.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No.
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay, Chief.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Well, thanks for the advice.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Before you go, got some questions for you.
Yes.
What is it they have against the police here?
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
What exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world. divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
How about you tell me something else instead?
Yeah?
Those words, tell me something else, feel like something you've said innumerable times before. Your mouth is the very shape of them.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51. The current century?
And that's what number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
Okay, how many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
So funny.
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Your room is next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Ostentatious
Oh, we're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on, all right.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What
A
happened?
slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself is very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
That's so me. What did I
The
do?
window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Oh, that's...
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma. You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoking deliciously.
What? She broke
Very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
Well, I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Whatever here. Temple Monde. Oh my, what have we here?
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
And it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Something tells me you don't like me.
You're a hero. A real hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
So, not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First you took the body down. Then you solved the murder. Then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated a strike.
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters. and drying mugs. One of his wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Ste Koari's Skua." Something about it makes you feel bitter.
What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
She pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
You the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
And what's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting. Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Let's get this over with.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kisuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
It's very cool, but I won't come off like a dude. When I come.
No, you won't. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop. Say it.
My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Know that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police, I'm aware. I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious you would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What are we supposed to do
Talk to
again?
the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Let's go going in.
Officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Like, shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Looks like we gotta talk to this douche again.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
As I said, Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean, do I have questions?
Yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Why did Sylvia go
She
away?
went away because none of your business.
This is the second time you've avoided the subject.
Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you
What
kill
are you,
him?
crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's real?
Excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
You're under
Can't
arrest.
arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Alright, you're not under arrest. But what exactly is
What
money?
are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent men, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it
Are
from?
you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
What
I'm
happens
sorry,
now?
but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near, south maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
I only have a vague blackened image.
A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over and get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. Streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Alright, I guess we should find that body. Let's talk to the old woman. Maybe she saw something. She's not so
Hello
old.
again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie. Look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Grenade. Did you fight in the
No,
war?
dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty.
Were you a mountaineer?
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
What did you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
Thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on.
No problem.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Drink so hard, I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In hell. We're all in
We're
hell.
in the city of Revachol, dear.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is
How would I
this?
even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What is the revolution you
A
mentioned?
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me
Someone
more?
more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Sweetie needs money. Sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When'd you get your next paycheck?
What is a paycheck? I haven't seen any
You must be
paychecks.
joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everard, the union leader.
Interesting idea. This Evra sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket.
Right. Let's change the subject.
No, I'm so sorry I don't have money for you. If there's anything else I can do for you, just ask.
I've got to get
Of
no,
course,
no.
dear. Good luck with your case.
And on that note, we are going to take a break. We will continue this story in about 5 minutes. All right, we're going to get this story going in just a second. I want to remind our viewers, please, if you want to help make decisions in this, please speak up and act as my subconscious as we continue through the story. All right, we're jumping back in to Disco Elysium. Time to find the body. Not sure I really want to see that. My head still hurts. Maybe we can get out. cup of coffee. Not much like here. Range. Ooh, just Saint Gisane.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Smashed in. Quickly reversed. Turn went away.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Just connected to the case.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the tracks south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
I think I got it.
Kudos, got this?
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, another goofy, Kuno!
Hey kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
It's loving in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Stop using slurs at my crime scene. That's not how we do it.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
you see what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Are you kids' siblings?
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Look, I've got questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The body. What do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
Have you seen anyone
Just a couple
suspicious?
of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
Do you know how he got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happen.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay. Where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't
Why you
exist.
gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno! It's lame!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
More about this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost, f***!
I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno.
The fuck about it?
Do you know who he
Kuno's
was?
fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
I
You're
know.
testing Kuno's patience.
Get lost, f***!
Okay. Of the crime scene you kids often play in this yard?
This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something
Yeah,
else.
whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Hasn't been used for a while. We'll get to the body.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid palette. Easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What
Hard to
feeling?
say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Something over here.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at a you trash container? You're just a trash
The
container.
body's downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel there's something else in
What do
there.
you mean, feel?
Just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there. How do we get the lock open?
Could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Alright, let's take care of the body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
How do we get this thing down?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Let's talk to her.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. He's come to take me in.
I just want to ask you some
I'm
questions.
going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Buggy, you trying to pull, pig?
You there, behind the
You
fence.
don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hey, kid.
This kid shit. Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, please! You got done!
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
What are those
I
strange?
come from the woods, good, the big good. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here! Get the...
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
Let's see if we can get the key. Want to know what's in that.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Gonna leave that for now. Man, I could do with a cup of coffee.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
An hour?
Sweet Lord, a whole hour. And you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself.
Actually, I should be thinking about this. Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
Oh man, that's tempting. No.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. It will go well with those cigarettes. That's a great combination.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling
Prod at
is.
it and find out.
Does it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. But whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, known to Gear, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum, yum. Tell me
He
more.
killed himself.
Oh,
No
no.
one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
We need those
What do you need
keys.
them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Seen something here at the Whirling Guard I think I need to talk to you about.
What thing?
Saw a sign that said the mess hall's reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this load faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
Guard, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe there's something pertinent to the investigation in the
He
kitchen.
wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoot around after that, if you must.
Something else.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
By the way, going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
God, I saw another thing at the work.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Something else I wanted to talk to you about. Never mind. Let's see what's in that container. It. All right.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
I think I got it.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. A tea soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of red-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Alright, we should go to guard again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them there.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. Nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCF street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my
Officer,
style.
this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, all our sakes.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become trend disco?
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
The mug. Getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
An antique.
Only in its social sensibility. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
You sure?
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong. It's the legend found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything
There's
else?
a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is it in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 cases a week, a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week seems to have been my load, Lieutenant. Not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you were making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
Oh, I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of a naming convention
Yes,
here.
it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even, one that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, they're written in capital letters,
Yes,
too.
all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Buka parlor. Even the rare Article 3 collapsive tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Can my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention?
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done, and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The hangman. The Furies are at home in the mirror. Setting sun. Shit on a stick sounds about right. I think shit on a stick.
Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use these as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
The setting sun.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
The Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name?
Yes. You know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please?
I can't do it. I don't have another name.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
Let me guess. The Hangman.
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Should have kept my mouth shut.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
use them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
We have a skill point. Where should we invest our skills? I do like let's see if we increase our perception with motoronics. I also like figuring things out. I think I'm gonna go with this is a hard choice. I want to go with intellect or motoronics. Or motorics. Our savoir-faire is not doing too well. We've got a -2. Intellect or motorics? I think I'm enjoying trying to be a cop, figuring this case out. Somehow it's become important. Figure out what happened to that poor bastard. Help me keep my mind off what's happened to me. Focus on something. We'll go with intellect. I guess do I put it in one thing? I see only one. See. So do I want knowledge then? Let's see. Encyclopedia. It's trivia. Conceptualization's been fun. I'm gonna go with conceptualization. Calculus. Oh wait, yeah, no, more of this. Reconstruct crime scenes. Alright, we'll stick with that. tasks. Who put clothes in the trash? Get area. What's this? Right. Need to question people. Pay for damage. Not so much. Right. Call Sylvie. Gotta report my badge missing. Yeah. Definitely gotta sing some karaoke. Alright. On our map. What's going on here? Alright, let's browse the yellow
In the back,
papers.
you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 Riyal. Severe cases allow for 1,000 Riyal, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. U4 sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base is surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
Why would I have... Which toilet would
Remember
that
when I
be?
said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it?
Is it sprinkled liberally with citron zest of toilet cleaner?
Why, yes it is. Among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the war linen rags. Perhaps that's where the ledger was dropped in the toilet. By you. An aluminium block runs the width of the board. biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Hey, Lieutenant, what is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to our CM property.
Interesting. What kind of
It
information?
depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example...
All our CM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all, thank you.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Oh,
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila, the legend now looks marginally better.
let's see if we can read these.
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
I will come back to that.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Smug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to push this face of every merchant. Smug will be useful. I'll keep it as an idea.
It was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective.
Very well.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Right. Okay, I'm done with that. Now I get the body down.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
We're gonna leave again. Well, at least I found my case notes, it seems.
This Postlavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and said G with a crown after scribble on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there. Post Levantia mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankfully even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
I felt better.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you
Hello.
interested in a new and exciting book?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your
My
name?
name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Shouldn't you be at school or
I
something?
do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school anyway?
School? Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both, because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business
Mum
going?
says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and then some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
Sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
How does this curse manifest
It does
itself?
not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic
No
manifestations.
such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Enough about the
Maybe
curse
I
for
can tell
now.
you about some of our books instead.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. Is it that bad?
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things. And it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your...
Head? Yes.
No, I meant your mind.
But that's like the same thing.
There's the mind, and there's the mind, if you catch my drift.
Not really, sir.
I see, that's what reading those fake Mullen book gets you. Now you're dealing with a real cop.
Yes, sir. He's just a fictional character. I understand. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Okay, I'm going to deduce something now.
You failed to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Okay, bye. See you around. And on that note, we shall end the stream for the evening. Series of failures there at the end, but we'll see how the adventure continues. Next week, we'll continue the story. Please join me next Thursday evening. Again at 9 p.m. We'll continue our story. As always, I invite everyone to reach out and game with someone. Take care, and thanks for stopping by.